Thank you, Dana. Now, April is recognized across the U.S. as Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and this year is the 22nd anniversary of the Awareness Month. And joining me today is Melissa Gilpin. She is a sexual assault nurse examiner, also known as SANE. So she travels across the state speaking about sexual assault awareness and the importance of raising awareness and SANE nursing. Melissa, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Melissa, kind of tell me what the job of someone who's involved in SANE or as a sexual assault nurse examiner. Tell me about the duties and what goes into it.
Sure. So a sexual assault nurse examiner in Kentucky is a registered nurse who has completed some additional training and some skills to allow for them to give a comprehensive exam for patients who've experienced rape or any other forms of sexual violence. So in Kentucky, this is a separate license or credential, and so nurses would go through a didactic course, a 40-hour didactic course, and then they would have additional clinical skills that they would have to master.
Definitely. And so what kind of got you involved in being an examiner, and kind of what was one of your, not really inspirations, but one of your goals when trying to get into this role?
Well, years ago, I moved to Kentucky in 2001 and began working in the emergency room and med center. And I quickly realized that we were going to have to care for rape victims. It was just something that hadn't occurred to me. It's not something that's taught in most nursing schools. It's actually not something that's taught in most medical schools. Most healthcare professionals are really not given the skill set they need to be able to handle this type of trauma. So having been in a situation where I had to care for a patient and did not feel qualified to do so, I sought that additional education, and it became a passion of mine to make sure other nurses had the tools and the skills to help the patients that came to them.
Wonderful. And kind of tell me, what is Med Center doing this month to help raise awareness as a part of Sexual Assault Awareness Month?
Right. So as always, Med Center is committed to providing the highest quality of care to the patients that come to our facility. So we are trying to be good community partners with folks like Hope Harbor, our local rape crisis center, and the Barron River Area Child Advocacy Center, those that serve patients who've experienced sexual violence. So we are helping by spreading awareness, and we also are offering a course for RNs who are looking for additional education, and that course is actually going to be in July 24th through the 28th, and all of that information is on our website on medcenterhealth.org, and you can find out how to become a sexual assault nurse examiner, or my contact information is there as well, so I can help you with any questions you may have.
All right, you heard her here first. Go to medcenterhealth.org, and Melissa, thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll have more news for you coming up after the break.
Thanks.